That part, L.O.T.S Proof Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Wake up, good morning Vietnam. Good morning USA. Or wherever country you're in right now. Good morning. L.O.T.S Proof Media. Hold up. That part, L.O.T.S Proof Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 79. Yes, people, I said 79, and I'm going to repeat again, episode number 79. So what that means, that's 21 episodes left for the first 100. In 21 episodes, we will be reaching 100 episodes. That part. L.O.T.S Proof Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 79. I am the incomparable. Let's get this started. I'm the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. I'm the one they took their style from. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets, leader of the streets, learning of the streets, learning off the streets, lord of the streets. L.O.T.S Proof. Listen, this is powered by L.O.T.S Proof Media, and I want to welcome everyone to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. All right. You're now speaking to the top op public enemy number one. I'm going to repeat it. I am the top op public enemy number one. That part. And listen, hold up, man. Let's cut this intro off. Let's cut this beautiful intro off. You already know what it is, man. Like I said before, this is episode number 79. I'm the incomparable, the often imitated, but it cannot be duplicated, all right? I'm the lord of the streets, learner of the streets, leader of the streets. Living off the streets. You heard? I'm the public enemy. Top op public enemy number one. This is powered by L.O.T.S Proof Media. I want to welcome everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Now, you guys notice I'm very hyped today. I'm very hyped. This is going to be an amazing podcast today for episode number 79. We are going in for episode number 79. Now, there's a lot of things that are taking place, a lot of things I want to get to, I want to pull back the layers on certain things. First of all, we got to speak about this. We're going to speak about the Kendrick Lamar. Shots fired. Kendrick Lamar, shots have been fired, all right? Shots have been fired. I need everybody. Make sure you guys come in the building. Don't be a ninja watcher. It's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. And you definitely don't want to be one of these, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call a peeping Tom. If y'all don't know what they do to peeping Toms, just don't go to jail and you won't have to find out. That part, all right? I don't care if we got 1,000 people in the room. I don't care if we got 5 people in the room. I need everybody that's watching this podcast to hit like. For one, I need you guys to hit like, all right? We call that wipe your feet on the rug. Same way you do at your grandparents' house. You show respect, show that you was raised right. Don't embarrass your parents, all right? Not just that, I need you guys to hit your notification. Turn on your notification. Turn the notification on. I know it gets annoying when you guys constantly get notified of people and how you say content. But this content is something that you need in your life. So I need you to turn your notifications on for me. Last but not least, I need everybody to subscribe to the channel, all right? Right now, we're streaming off of YouTube. We're streaming off of Facebook. And we're also streaming off of Twitter, all right? And you can also catch the audio. Now, the audio experience is very different. I need you guys to go ahead and go to Apple Podcasts. Go on Apple Podcasts, and you guys could download or listen to the audio, all right? This is what you do when you're at the gym. Listen to the audio. When you're on your way to work, listen to the audio in the car. When you're at work, be responsible. Put your headphones on and listen to it at work. Have your little pod, your iPod, whatever you want to call them. Put them on. Listen to them at work. Be responsible. I don't want nobody getting fired, all right? Because once again, this is the most dangerous podcast in the world. The most dangerous podcast in the world. And you guys will see eventually, all right? We speak things into existence here. Once again, this is L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right? This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right? And y'all know I'm the incomparable, often imitated, but can never be duplicated. Never. All right? With that part. So that thing, that was a great intro. Now, there's some things that we're going to speak about. A lot of different topics today, all right? For one, I know you guys have heard about this. I know you guys have seen it. This is on the YouTube streets, all right? You got the streets out here, then you got the YouTube streets where we at right now. Currently, the internet is in a frenzy. Hip-hop is in a frenzy, and I love when hip-hop is chaotic like it is right now. It's a perfect environment for me. I love when hip-hop is disrupted. I love when people are getting challenged in hip-hop. I love when niggas' thrones are being jeopardized. I love when niggas' thrones is in jeopardy. That's what hip-hop is based off of, all right? You claim you the best, and you have to deal with the rest. You got niggas that are aiming at the throne, aiming at your how you say it, your crown, all right? They're aiming at your crown, and you got to protect the throne. That's what Jay-Z and Jay-Z and Kanye West was speaking of, protecting the throne. All right, I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but recently, Kendrick Lamar was featured on a Future track, all right? Future did something with Metro Boomin. You already know Metro Boomin and Future are a tandem. Whenever they come together, it's perfect chemistry. And then you add, if you want to add Kendrick Lamar to the equation, obviously it's going to be a successful record. And that's an understatement, all right? That's literally an understatement. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, shout out to Future, and shout out to Metro Boomin, all right? Now, Kendrick Lamar, shots fired. Kendrick Lamar, shots fired. Grrr. Kendrick Lamar is hitting at everything. Nobody's safe. The big three. He's shooting at the big three. Do you know what the big three is? The big three is Kendrick Lamar, Champagne Papi, Drake, and last but not least, Mr. J. Cole, all right? Three-headed monster. Well, he's dismantling that. He's dismantling that concept right now, all right? All right? The man said, motherfucker, we're going to get into it, all right? Another one. This is big right here. This is super, super big, and I need you guys to pay attention, all right? Hip-hop is not just on fire. We got something great with hip-hop going on right now. We're going to unpack hip-hop, all right? Which is my specialty. But this is my specialty also. We're going to speak about Mr. Vladimir Putin. Vladimir, Ukraine, you familiar with Russia's president? Mr. Vladimir? All right, guys. Vladimir is seen online. Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, is seen online unveiling an artifact, an ancient artifact. I don't know if this came from more than likely came from Africa. All right. It had to come from Africa. All right. An artifact. You guys know we have a lot of artifacts that were taken from Africa that are in the archives. They're in they're facilitated. All right. They're being guarded in a special facility. All right. With that being said, Vladimir Putin is seen online opening a box. And when he opens the box, there's a picture of Black Jesus in the box. Just want to tell you, Vladimir Putin, excuse me, let me get this man's name correct. Vladimir Putin is seen opening a box with Black Jesus in the box. Big shout out to Vladimir Putin. We're going to speak about that. Now, I know he's not a crowd favorite, so to speak. I know that regarding Ukraine and everything, how this man is regarded, how this man is depicted. I understand the ridicule that he receives, and I'm not saying it's warranted, nor am I saying it's not warranted. All right? That's neither here nor there. I'm just speaking about the man unveiled Black Jesus, and we'll unpack that today. All right? Now, there's a lot of things that's going on, but those are the two main topics that we're gonna definitely speak upon. All right, what else we have here? Big shout out to Jack Boy. Jack Boy just received. They showed Jack Boy cause he got incarcerated. Jack Boy was arrested for, I think, gun charges and drugs and whoop-de-whoop. We're gonna unpack that. Shout out to Jack Boy nonetheless. Shout out to Sniper Gang. Shout out to Kodak Black. All right, I have no horse in that race. Let's make that clear. I have no horse in that race. Shout out to both these gentlemen. All right. Now, Mrs. Amber Rose says that she feels she deserves $20 million for helping Ye with My Beautiful Twisted Fantasy album. So, Amber Rose, obviously, she's back speaking about Kanye. I don't know if she ever left speaking about Kanye, but obviously she's still in correlation with Kanye and Kanye's career. So it seems like the more Kanye gets bigger and bigger, the more she's probably gonna have to mention. We'll speak about that. We'll speak about Mrs. Amber Rose. All right. What else we have here, bro? What else we got here? Oh, last but not least, Bootsy. All right, we're gonna speak about Mr. Bootsy. You guys know Bootsy is it's seldom that he's not making noise on the internet. He definitely has to be top 5 internet personalities. Mr. Bootsy. They think that I'm crazy, but I know I'm not crazy. Bootsy is top 5 internet personalities. All right, and he rose to the occasion as typical. Bootsy is seen going back and forth with a channel favorite, Mr. Kanye West. Bootsy and Kanye West going back and forth. So you know this is a different type of back and forth. You know both of these guys here, they're very strategic. They're very outspoken. So this is going to be an interesting back and forth, all right? This is going to be very a trade of words. It's going to be very interesting. We'll break down this whole Kanye with Bootsy the way Kanye said, well, let's just say this. Kanye said he's responsible for the past 20 years influencing the greatest styles. He influenced at least 5 different styles in the past. He's responsible for Travis Scott. Let's be clear. I'm going to name all the people that Kanye West said that he's responsible for. He's responsible for Drake's sound. He's responsible for Travis Scott's sound. These are the 2 biggest artists right now. But he didn't stop there. He didn't stop right there. He added 2 more artists that we probably typically wouldn't add in that scenario, thinking that they were influenced by Kanye West. But nonetheless, he took 2 of our favorites, one of them being Future, one of my favorite artists. Future's my top 3 artists, one of my top 3 favorite artists. Now, I'm going to put him in top 5. No, I'm going to put him in top 10. I'm getting carried away here. Excuse me, pardon me. Future is my top 5, right? Top 10. He says he's responsible for Future sound, and he says he's responsible for Young Thug's sound, all right? Now, most of us conventionally, we wouldn't correlate Kanye West with a Young Thug and a Future, but he's speaking in reference to the auto-tunes, all right? Kanye West, I guess, is the first one to utilize auto-tunes, especially in rapping form, all right? We could argue about this all day. Much credit and shout out to T-Pain. We'll speak about that, all right? Now, first things first. Once again, you guys, make sure you guys are slapping that like button. Make sure you guys are tapping that like button. Show that you have manners and hit that like button, all right? Don't be ninja watchers. That's the person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher. And you definitely don't want to be one of these, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call a peeping Tom, all right? A ninja watcher is a person that casually watches. Let me make this clear. A pocket watcher is a hater. You know somebody that's watching your pockets? They didn't help you build up no money. They're not helping you get money. They're just watching you, and they're watching your pocket, and they're counting your income and what you're making, all right? Usually ends up to be haters and envious and haters and things of that nature, all right? Animosity. I like those 3 words. Envy, jealousy, animosity. I love those 3 words, all right? That's what they are. And y'all already know what they do to peeping Toms, all right? So now, you guys, first things first. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. First, I want to give a big shout out on behalf of L.O.T.S approved media. I want to give a big shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Starting off, let's start off on a good note and give everybody their flowers. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, all right, for being so brave, for being so consistent, all right, for keeping hip hop on a respirator. And he is the respirator. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Shout out for Future for having the genius, for having the smarts to place Kendrick Lamar on that track. Shout out to Future. Shout out to Metro Boomin for producing this track. All right. Shout out to all 3 of these brothers, because this song that I heard is amazing. Now, If you guys don't know what I'm talking about Mr. Kendrick Lamar, Future, and Metro. Recently, Metro and Future dropped a song online. I believe it came out today or yesterday. I'm not sure. All right, maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section. But nonetheless, Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar have collaborated, all right? Now, the song is called Like That. Like, I'm like that. L.O.T.S approved, I'm like that. Don't Shoot a Messages like that. L.O.T.S approved media is like that, all right? That part. The song is called Like That. Now, on this song, they're dissing. I'm just going to call it straight. They're dissing. Future's dissing. Kendrick's dissing. They're calling out people. Some things are more obvious. Some things are more vague. There's some vagueness there, and there's some obvious things, obvious names there, all right? So some things are going to be hard to decipher who's he speaking about. We're going to get to it. Now, Kendrick Lamar, so much, we know who's Kendrick speaking about. He names a few in there, all right? Or reference into what their references, what's in correlation with these people, all right? It's called the Big Three. The Big Three. We're going to speak about the Big Three. Now, like I said, Kendrick Lamar, you guys know every once in a while, Kendrick Lamar comes out of his cave. Every once in a while, Kendrick Lamar comes out of hibernation. It's hibernation. Kendrick Lamar, he drops projects far in between. Kendrick Lamar is seldom seen. Last time I seen Kendrick Lamar, he was at the Fashion Week, and he shut down Fashion Week. All right? He's a great curator. He's an artist in every form. All right? So even in the fashion industry, he's held in high regard. He actually built the stage for the fashion show. All right? He's the one that built the stage and all the props that you've seen on the stage. All right? He designed that. And I forgot what fashion show it was. I don't know if it was Chanel. It was one of these great fashion icons. All right, one of these great companies, designer companies. Nonetheless, you guys know I know all the designers, but I don't know. I'm not super into Fashion Week and what designer this, that, and the third. Right, but I'm familiar with all the designers. Obviously, all right. I am a fan of designer. Now, Kendrick Lamar is seen on this track with Metro Boomin in the Future. First of all, Future's going off. Future's going off, and we're going to break down Future's verse. But I want to start off with Kendrick Lamar, all right? First of all, I want to clap it up for Kendrick Lamar. Like I said, for being brave, for being confident, for being tenacious, for being resilient. He shows that every time. He shows his ass every time. Pause. Now, Kendrick Lamar made a reference. He referenced the Big Three in his verse. What we're gonna do is we're gonna dissect the verse. I'm gonna pull up the verse on Genius, and we're gonna look at the lyrics and dissect the lyrics for what it is. All right. But nonetheless, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. This is podcast number 79. The Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. All right. Episode 79. That part. All right. No. We excited. We excited this time. It's rare that we get these moments in hip hop. It's rare that we get these moments in hip hop. Before I even read the lyrics, I just want to say something. In the industry, the hip hop industry, back in the days when you seen somebody would claim the top spot in hip hop, when you would claim that king spot, right? That means you're the top rapper. In order to be the top rapper, you have to write your own lyrics, right? Especially if you're engaging in battling. If you're going to engage in a battle, you have to write your own lyrics. That's the laws. That's the tradition. And I pray they never change. Because that's what puts the integrity in hip-hop. That's what puts the integrity in hip-hop. So now, we all reminisce over certain battles that went down. Tupac, Biggie Smalls. Worthwhile. That was a worthy opponent. Tupac and Biggie are worthy opponents, all right? Then you have Nas and Jay-Z. Another amazing battle between Nas and Jay-Z. Unforgettable. Then you have the Jadakiss and the Jadakiss and the Beanie Siegels of the game. Which I believe is like, in reference to Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel, that was the most even The most well-matched battle I've ever seen in hip-hop since the inception of hip-hop. Big shout out to all these gentlemen, and it's super shout out to Jadakiss and a super shout out to Beanie Siegel. All right, they were equally yoked. And guess what? I'm gonna give more. I'm gonna sway more to Beanie Siegel's side. I feel like Beanie Siegel won that, and he won in an honorable way with a worthy opponent. But both of these guys won when you're talking about the climate that they set, the level of the bar that they set for the competition. Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel won, all right? But nonetheless, if you had to pick one, I would give it to Beanie Siegel. Now, fast forward to hip-hop in this current day. All right, in hip-hop, they got a thing that they call the Big Three, all right? Like I said earlier, they call it the Big Three. Now, the Big Three consist of J. Cole. Hands down, you guys know J. Cole is revered as one of the top lyricists in hip-hop. Let's give J. Cole his flowers. One of the top lyricists in hip-hop currently today. It took me a while to catch on to J. Cole. I always recognized his level of penmanship, but I came to like him more as an artist as time progressed. And I like him a lot as an artist now. Pause. J. Cole. Drake. Champagne Papi. Now, when you're speaking about Drake, you guys keep in mind, we already know all the records that Drake break. We know how everybody is Drake. Drake is everybody's favorite artist, hands down. Don't argue with me. I don't want to hear no argument. Leave your arguments in the comment section. All right? We could talk. We could talk in the comment section. Nonetheless, Drake is revered as the #1 artist right now in hip-hop. All right? And we could base that just off, if you was basing it off of numbers, if you base this off of numbers, it's unanimous. There's no argument there. Now, keep in mind, when you're talking about music, music is subjective. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So some people might hold certain things more higher in regard than others when you're talking about music and the accolades of lyrics and what you're bringing to the table lyrically. So that's why we're here today. We're here to decipher this today. Today, we're here to distinguish hip-hop and its competition and the level of competition and what they're bringing to the table. So with that being said, Drake, once again, Champagne Papi, the Sixth God, the boy from Canada, Young Money Drake, he's part of that top three. And last but not least, obviously, we're speaking about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, with all the accolades that he receives, with all the respect that he receives, with all the flowers that he receives, and he also has numbers to back it up. Though his numbers might not be as much as Drake's, that's still Drake is not the level of margin that you want to compare things to. Drake is out this world when you're talking about Drake and his accomplishments, his #1s and what he's chasing. But in the level of competition lyrically, Kendrick is right there, either higher or lower, and that all depends on you guys and how you guys perceive it. All right? Now, let's proceed into the lyrics of Kendrick Lamar. All right? Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. I need everyone to share this podcast, all right? I want to get everybody acclimated. The most dangerous podcast in the world. Shit's about to get crazy. All right. Bada bing, bada bang. All right, right now I'm gonna go into Genius. You know Genius, the website. You know they have all the lyrics. All right, right now I'm looking at Kendrick Lamar's. Lyrics. I had to actually pull up the lyrics so I don't want to misquote anything right now. All right, shots have been fired. Don't shoot the messenger. Shots have been fired. I just want to make this clear. All right, now Kendrick Lamar. At one point, because I'm not going to read everything, all right? All right. Let me see here. Let me see what I wrote down. Bada bing. All right. Let's start off with this, all right? Kendrick Lamar said he would diss Melly Mel if he had to. Let's make this clear. He dissed everybody. He even dissed one of the founders of hip-hop, Melly Mel, all right? And we'll save that. Let's just get to the big three part. Kendrick Lamar quoted saying, Motherfuck the big three. Nigga is just big me. Listen, and then he hit it with a bam, bam, gunshots, all right? Bam, gunshots. This is what the man said. Motherfuck a big three. Fuck a big three. Nigga is just big me. Listen, if y'all know he's referring to big three, he's talking about, obviously he's talking about Drake, and he's speaking of J. Cole. Drake and J. Cole, all right? This is in reference to Drake and J. Cole. Now, recently, I don't know if somebody shot a stray at him. Maybe somebody shot a subliminal at him, all right? And we'll speak about that, because I think recently J. Cole and Drake recently did a collab song. And I think there was some stray shots aimed at Mr. Kendrick Lamar. We're going to speak about that. All right? Now, like I said, the man said, motherfuck a big three. Nigga is just me. Bam. Gunshots. This is word for word, quote for quote. So now, basically he's saying, fuck that big three concept. When you're talking about the big three as if they're comrades, as if there's some camaraderie going on there, and he's trying to say, fuck the camaraderie. So right now, Kendrick Lamar is shooting down all the big three, whatever big three that the people are coming up with, the camaraderie. He's shooting down all camaraderie. He wants war. Kendrick Lamar wants war. He wants war with J. Cole and Drake. All right, it's unanimous. There's no argument there. The man said, motherfuck the big three. So I don't want to hear nobody trying to misinterpret this, all right? Because some people misinterpret. Some people interpret and perceive information differently. That's how it goes. All right? Now, there's more to it. A lot of shots, man. Big shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for being brave. Shout out for Kendrick Lamar without even no subliminals. You know, in the hip-hop, there's a lot of subliminals. Drake is king of subliminals. Jay-Z, king of subliminals. But Jay-Z calls out his opponent a lot of times also, as opposed to Drake. Drake rarely calls out his opponent. Now, for obvious reasons, you know, he's a top-selling artist. He feels like if he calls out your name, he's bringing you up. He's going to increase your sales, so he'd rather not mention you so he doesn't increase your sales, your streams, and your units, and woo-de-woo, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so we understand. But still, you already know, as hip-hop fanatics, we want to hear you call out the name Drake. Call out the names. Call out names like Drake, like Kendrick's calling out the names right now. Do me that favor. Call out the names like Kendrick's calling out the names right now. Now, we got more. He's not done. Now he said, he's also quoted saying, yeah, I'm like that. Your best work is a light pack. Nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Listen, bruh. Listen. I've never heard nobody even say that before. I've never heard nobody even put that in that context. First of all, the man said, yeah, I'm like that. Y'all know I'm like that. L.O.T.S proof I'm like that. This show is like that. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. It's like that. But not just saying I'm like that. Nigga said, your best work is a light pack. So listen. Wait. I want to quote this quote for quote. Yeah, I'm like that. Your best work is a light pack. So his best work is a light pack, all right? Like a pack, it's a light pack. Your best is his mediocre. Your best, your heaviest work is light. He considers it light, a light pack. But this is the one that killed me. The nigga said, nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Listen, gunshots fired. Listen, gunshots fired. I don't know if you guys know what he's referring to. Listen, there's a lot of ways you can interpret that. I think that's the hardest hitting punchline within everything that he said, all right? Because Kendrick, I hear you. Kendrick, I hear you, my brother. I hear you. Your best work is a light pack. To him, your best work is a light pack. Nigga, I'm like that. Nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Michael Jackson referring to. Y'all know rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to Prince. But Prince did outlive Mike Jack. Now, there's a lot of ways you can look at this. I'm gonna let you guys interpret it, but I'm gonna give you L.O.T.S approved interpretation of what Kendrick Lamar said. When Kendrick Lamar is referring to Prince and Mike Jack, first of all, we all know, and listen, this is a perfect analogy. Perfect analogy, all right? First of all, Mike Jack, I think he sold more than Prince. Obviously, Michael Jackson sold more records than Prince. Though they're both highly regarded artists. You're talking about two icons. An icon is an understatement, all right? Two legends, all right? Legends. Prince and Michael Jackson. He said even Prince, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Now, that's an analogy. First of all, Michael Jackson sold more records than Prince, all right? But when you regard Michael Jackson and Prince both as artists, Prince would always play second fiddle to Michael Jack throughout his career. Throughout Prince's career, he played second fiddle to Mike Jack. Michael Jackson has more, on paper, statistic-wise, Michael Jackson's paper is more lit. It's more lit than Prince. Michael Jackson's accolades are more lit than Prince. He has more accolades. He has more records broken than Prince. Obviously, Michael Jackson was world-renowned. He's the most imitated artist ever. Ever. It's not getting twisted. You got people in Philippines, people in China, people all over the world that are imitating Michael Jackson that are not even black. All right? So with that being said, it's the perfect analogy. He's comparing Mike Jack. I don't know if you guys noticed it. He's comparing Mike Jack to Drake. If you put Kendrick Lamar's accolades, his stats on paper with Drake, Drake is going to outshine Kendrick Lamar if you look at the accolades. That's why it was such a great analogy. Yo, big shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for that great analogy, hip-hop analogy. This is Kendrick Lamar's time. And I got to give Kendrick Lamar his flowers right now. He gets his flowers. Listen. Even Prince, he said, quoted, Prince outlived Mike Jack. So obviously he's Prince and Drake is Mike Jack. On paper, statistics-wise, stats-wise, his stats are more than, I'm about to say Prince, more than Kendrick. When it comes to stats, Kendrick is not up there with Drake, but he does have stats also. When he's saying he outlived, that can be in speculation. We can all sit here and speculate. Now, is he trying to say that Drake is commercial? Drake's music is not going to stick to the ribs? Drake's music is not longevity. It's not timeless music. Is Kendrick Lamar trying to say that his music is going to outlive Drake? Is he trying to say his music has more substance and it's more solid? It's going to outlive Drake? It's more resilient than what Drake's putting out? Because listen, we all know that Drake is chasing numbers, y'all. Don't shoot the messenger. Listen, we all know that Drake is chasing numbers. Drake is chasing numbers. When Drake is trying to cater to the younger generation, the music that Drake makes, Drake is chasing numbers. Not so much Kendrick Lamar. Not so much. Kendrick Lamar puts out less music, and it works for him. Kendrick Lamar is seldom seen, and it works for him. It adds to the mystery of him. It adds to the mystique of Kendrick Lamar. You hear me? Big shout out to Make It Happen in the building, that part, my brother. All right? Y'all get a chance to stream Make It Happen's music. All right? Artist that I hold in high regard. All right? And it is how appropriate that we're speaking about Kendrick Lamar right now, and we're speaking about the big three. How appropriate. All right? But nonetheless, you guys, when you're speaking about Drake, he's referring to Drake as Mike Jack. He said, Prince outlived Mike Jack. So with that being said, obviously he's Prince and Drake is Mike Jack. Michael Jackson had great numbers. That's what Drake chases numbers. That's what I was speaking of. Drake is chasing numbers, all right? Drake is chasing the billboard. He's trying to break records. He's kind of like, you can compare Drake to LeBron James, all right? They're more concerned about stats. They're concerned about history, making history with their stats. They're doing it to put points on the board. Not necessarily for the culture. Not necessarily for the culture. Not necessarily, dare I say, not necessarily organic. Now, it's not to say that Kendrick Lamar is not chasing numbers too, but he's not jeopardizing his integrity. He has a mystique about him. He's an enigma. I think it's ambiguous. He's seldom seen. All right. And with that mystery that comes with him, that's what heightens his demand, right? But nonetheless, that bar that he compared Prince to Mike Jack, that's an amazing bar. That was crazy. Big shout out to Kendrick. I think that's the best analogy I've ever heard in comparison. Kendrick Lamar is vicious, all right? Now, we're going to go through some more of Kendrick Lamar's verbiage, all right? Because he ain't just aim at J. Cole. He ain't just aim at Drake, all right? Also, he referenced Melly Mel. Now, if you guys know who Melly Mel is, Melly Mel, Sugar Hill Gang. Melly Mel is one of hip-hop founders, all right? Highly, highly regarded, highly, highly respected, all right? And he spoke about him. Kendrick Lamar went far. And I appreciate this line that Kendrick Lamar did. I appreciate how far Kendrick Lamar took it. I appreciate Kendrick Lamar so much. I'm going to be honest with you. I love that he wakes up out of nowhere and just decides to aim at his adversaries, aim at his competition. He's the reason why hip-hop is he's the reason why hip-hop is what it is. Kendrick Lamar is the heart of hip-hop, all right? He's the true heart of hip-hop. Individuality and competitiveness, all right? Versus record sales. Perfect. Now, I want to quote for quote. I want to quote you guys what he said about Melly Mel. All right? Now, Kendrick Lamar said, he quoted saying that he would diss Melly Mel if he had to. Motherfuck hip-hop. He said, fuck hip-hop. Kendrick Lamar said, fuck hip-hop. If he has to, he would diss Melly Mel. Now, that was a straight shot. He just threw that man in the gumbo, threw that man in the pot with the rest of them, all right? Big, and he blasted the shit. Yo, big shout out to Kendrick Lamar. That took balls. Listen, that took balls. It took cojones. It took cojones to try Melly Mel. It was a straight shot. Melly Mel, don't take it personal. It was more about the analogy. Obviously, he doesn't want to go back and forth with Melly Mel. What Kendrick Lamar is trying to say, what he's alluding to is, if he had to, the audacity, if he had to, he would snipe Melly Mel if he had to, for the sake of hip-hop and its competitive nature. Just to keep the essence of hip-hop alive. He did that for the culture. Kendrick Lamar said if he had to, he would go at Melly, he would diss Melly Mel too. That part, listen, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. This Kendrick Lamar's drawing a line, all right? He's drawing a line. So not just Kendrick Lamar. Remember, this track was produced by Metro Boomin. Not only was it produced by Metro Boomin, you have Future on the track, obviously, which is a great equation. Future, Kendrick Lamar, produced by Metro Boomin. The song is called Like That, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Like That. Now, if you guys get a chance, you guys can see online, there's a lot of posting online between these three men, all right? It looks like Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick, all three of these gentlemen took the opportunity to aim at their ops. Please don't shoot the messenger, all right? Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick, they took an opportunity. All of them are talking about somebody in this song. All of them are taking the time out to address their ops, the opposition. I'm the top op. L.O.T.S approve. I'm the top op. I'm public enemy number one. But they not aimed at me. This is about J. Cole and Drake. And I don't know who Future's speaking about. Future's talking his shit too. Future's talking about niggas, he's talking some shit. But nonetheless, Metro Boomin chimed in. Metro Boomin is seen on Instagram. He posted on Instagram, if you pick a side, stay there. All right. Hold up. This is serious. This is I declare war. And I love the way all three of these gentlemen decided to bring the war. All right. So now, let's go with what Metro Boomin is saying. Let's see what Metro Boomin is saying. Metro Boomin said, once you pick a side, stay there. All right. So basically what Metro Boomin is saying, dog, whatever side you guys choose in this battle, whatever that's going on right now, this war that's going on right now, it's a war outside. Nobody's safe from it. It's a war in hip hop right now. He's saying if you pick a side, stay there. Big shout out to Metro Boomin. Shout out to Metro Boomin for drawing that line in the sand. Shout out to Metro Boomin. Hip hop needs that. Yeah. I don't care about neutral. L.O.T.S approved media, I don't appreciate nobody that's neutral. You guys know me. When I got a problem with somebody, a real problem with somebody, I don't play the neutral shit. I'm from where don't hang around my enemies. You remember back in the days when your homie had a problem with somebody, they'd be like, yo, dog, don't be around that person. Because when I come, I'm not going to be able to spare you. If something happens and you standing so close, you standing too close to my enemy, you might catch it too. I'm from that generation. There is no neutral. Stay away from my enemies. I am not saying that you have to fight beside me, but stay away from my enemies. So I understand Metro Boomin. I understand his ideology. Metro Boomin said, once you pick a side, stay there. So if you guys are going to pick a side, stay on that side. All right? Don't shoot the messenger. Shout out to Metro Boomin for the amazing track. Shout out to Metro Boomin for giving us, I think, over a decade of music. Shout out to Metro Boomin. I know he's been going through a lot, losing parents and things of that nature. Shout out to Metro Boomin for being a part of this amazing collaboration, all right? Nothing less of amazing. Nothing less of that. The song is called Like That. So now you have Metro Boomin drawing a line. Metro Boomin's aiming at people. But once again, Kendrick Lamar is the main person that's calling out. He's calling out the big three. And the way Kendrick Lamar laid it, like I said, bomb, he hit it with the bomb at the end. He said, yeah, I'm like that. We got to go back, man. Listen, I'm going to quote this once more. I think you guys got to really understand what's going on. We're going to quote Kendrick Lamar's lyrics on this new music, all right? Okay. Kendrick Lamar said, let's just break it down. He said, motherfuck the big three. Niggas just big me. That part. Bam. So now, the ad-lib is bomb, so he's busting the shot. So he's letting you know shots went off. Every time he drop a major punchline, he lets off a gun ad-lib. Motherfuck the big three. Niggas just me. Niggas just big me. Bam. Gunshot ad-lib. All right? Also quoted saying, yeah, I'm like that. Your best work is a light pack. Nigga Prince outlived Mike Jack. Bam. Another shot release, all right? So he's letting go of the ad-lib. Listen, you guys, get a chance, go listen to the song. It's called Like That. It's Future and Kendrick Lamar, produced by Metro Boomin. That shit just got dropped today. All right? Now, he also said, niggas is clicking up. Get up with me. First person shooter, I hope they came with 3 switches. Listen, you guys got to pay attention. If you guys are wondering where this stemmed from, obviously this has been a long going thing. Kendrick Lamar said he's the king of New York. Kendrick Lamar been aiming at his adversary. This has been going on. This has been a war that's been, I think, since the inception of these artists as the top artists in reference to J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Big Sean was amongst that back then. Big Sean, not so much now. But at one point, Big Sean was there. You had to guard the throne. Big Sean was aiming for the throne too. All right? So, I'm going to repeat this again. This is amazing, y'all. Niggas clicking up. So I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is referring to. He's saying niggas clicking up. So he has to probably be referring to Drake and J. Cole. All right, so Drake and J. Cole, They got first person shooter. That's a song that they just dropped. I didn't really get a chance to even listen to that. But there is some subliminals in that song. So I guess they were subliminally aiming at Kendrick Lamar. At least Kendrick Lamar thinks so. Kendrick Lamar feels like they were speaking about him. So I guess this is in response to that song with J. Cole and Drake. He said, niggas is clicking up. Get up with me. You know somebody said, get up with me? Check me out. Come check me. Get up with me. First person shooter. I hope they come with 3 switchies. Y'all already know what switches is, all right? He's basically trying to say, man, y'all niggas go ahead and put the switch. You know the niggas put the chip. They're putting a chip on these guns, on these handguns, and making them like fully automatic. That's what's going on. The switchies. They turning these guns into fully automatic guns now. This is a big epidemic, a problem in America right now. All right, and they're trying to build laws against it. They're trying to build laws against this. I see the city of Illinois. The city of Illinois. I've seen something online where there's a lawsuit in place that they're trying to sue Glock, the company Glock, for allowing their gun to be easily manipulated, that somebody can even put a chip in there like that. It shouldn't be so easy for somebody to modify that gun. And they're holding Glock accountable. I've never seen this before, all right? But there's a lot of things I haven't seen in 2024, so we have to get ready for it, all right? A lot of things. But nonetheless, he said, I see niggas is clicking up, all right? I hope they come with 3 switchies. I mean, I hope you come with your best. I hope you come with your everything that you got. Kendrick saying just come with all your artillery. Bring all your artillery. Shout out, big shout out to Kendrick, all right? Now, I don't know if there's anything else on here. What other those are the 3 or 4 main quotes that he had, all right? So he went at Melly Mel. He said, fuck the big 3. He said, your best work is a light pack. Even Prince outlived Mike Jack. If I had to, I'd go at Melly Mel. Niggas is clicking up. So this is direct hits. These aimed directly. Kendrick is directly aiming at his opponent. You don't have to speculate who he's speaking about. If you don't know who Kendrick Lamar is speaking about, you've been living under a rock in hip hop for the past 10 years. It's just safe to say, and I'm not here to argue with you, all right? Nonetheless, I want to give a big shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Now, Future's saying a lot of things also, but Future's rhyme is a little bit harder to decipher. I will admit that, all right? Future's rhyme is a little bit harder to decipher. Let me see here, because I don't know if I'm going to sit here and decipher Future's raps, all right? But Future did say some things in here. He did say some things in here. Let me see here. Bada bing. I don't even know. You know, thing is, Future's so subliminal that I don't even know if I want to go into what Future said. Because Future's very, very, very subliminal. All right, okay. Now, this is Future's verse. Sticking to the code. All these hoes for the streets, I put it in her nose. It's gonna make her pussy leak. Pussy niggas told. I don't know who you talking about. Niggas told. Pussy niggas told. All right. Ain't gonna wake up out the sleep. You can't hear the switch, but you can hear them niggas scream. That part. Now let me see if I see anything in here that he's referring to as somebody. Okay. Let me see here. She think cause she exotic bitch, she attractive. That's the shit that gets you put up out the section. I like that, all right? So you already know Future when it comes to these women. I don't even want to go to Future's part. Future's too subliminal, so I'm not even going to take the time to even break down what Future's talking about. In hip-hop, you got to be direct. If you want L.O.T.S approved to decipher what you're saying, you got to be a semi-direct. You can't just be subliminal throughout your whole raps. I'm not going to sit there and do that. I don't think you deserve that. I'm not going to do that. Because I don't know Future, though Future is my top 10 artist. Don't get it twisted. I'm a heavy supporter. I'm pro-Future. Let's be clear, all right? The Wizard. I'm pro-Future. Future Hendrix. All his AKAs, all right? Monikers and AKAs. But I'm not going to break down that. But you guys already know how Future is with the girls. I'm going to say this nonetheless. Future says, yo, she thinks she exotic. That's what gets girls kicked out the section. So he's kicking bitches out the section. Right now, Future has no mercy for these hoes. Right now, Future has no mercy for the hoes right now. All right? That's the top toxic nigga. And I will admit I'm toxic too. That's why I love what Future do. All right? From one toxic nigga to the other. You know what I mean? I'm working on that. I digress. All right. So listen, you guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like. All right, wiping your feet on the rug. Make sure you guys are sharing. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. This is episode number 79. All right, so we're 21 episodes away from episode 100. I've been going on at different times of the day, okay? But nonetheless, I'm here with you guys. Like I said, this is a very serious moment in hip-hop. A very serious moment. Once again, shout out to all parties that we're speaking about, all right? Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Future. Shout out to Metro Boomin. Shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Melly Mel. All right, that part. Shout out to hip hop. This is a moment in hip hop. This is a much needed moment in hip hop. And just shout out to all these gentlemen, man. I love it. All right. And at the end of the day, everybody's with me. You're talking about rappers that are high caliber artists. All right. So nobody's gonna lose their career behind this. All right. It's just some friendly competition. And I think that this has to exist in hip-hop in order to keep that competitive edge. Because if we're losing the elements of hip-hop, if we lose that individualism in hip-hop, if we lose that battling concept in hip-hop, there's a lot of things in hip-hop that gave hip-hop its integrity, all right? And we got to make sure that we preserve the integrity of hip-hop. Yes, hip-hop has integrity, all right? It's not just about record sales. It's not just about dope beats. It's not just about rapping, all right? There's battling there. There's penmanship there. We can't lose that battle factor of hip hop. We can't lose the competitive edge of hip hop. That's what made hip hop. We can't stop informing people on hip hop. Hip hop is informative. We can't stop doing that. Hip hop changes people's lives. We have to continue to preserve these great accolades of hip hop if we want to see this culture to continue to exist and evolve into something great. Right now, where hip hop is at, not too great, but at the end of the day, hip-hop is constantly growing, I will admit, and hip-hop is constantly being creative. Though the creativity it doesn't always equal integrity. So in reference to hip-hop growing and being creative, hip-hop is forever creative, hip-hop's forever growing. But in hip-hop, we got to preserve hip-hop, we got to preserve the integrity of hip-hop. So battling is one thing in hip-hop that we have to preserve. That fighting for that number one spot, that competitive nature, that nobody can beat me, that nobody wrote that, I wrote that. We got to keep that in hip hop on all levels, not just rappers, producers also. We got to continue to come up with when it comes to new music, hip hop is going to continue to grow into my music. But when we're speaking about hip hop, we have to keep that competitive nature going, all right? That's to preserve the culture. Nonetheless, all right? So shout out to hip hop and shout out to the gentleman that I was speaking of. Now, you guys, once again, make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? Share this with your loved ones. Share with your admirers, the people that admire you, your friends and family. Let's get everybody acclimated. I want everybody to enjoy this podcast. Once again, this is the most dangerous podcast on earth, all right? Dangerous podcast on earth. That part. Now, listen, man. Speak about this gentleman. I speak about him a lot. This gentleman is top 5 internet personalities. He's top 5 internet personalities. This guy is very, 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 very outspoken. Sometimes we agree with him. Sometimes we don't. Nonetheless, he's a legend and well respected in hip hop. He's well respected. If you guys don't know who I'm speaking about, and maybe I'll get a little closer. He helms from Baton Rouge, New Orleans. So I think you guys understand who I'm speaking about. All right, let's get to it. I'm talking about Mr. Bootsy. Shout out to Bootsy. We always start out with a shout out. This is not about condemning nobody. But you guys, as of lately, obviously you guys know I haven't been a big fan of Bootsy. Though I love Bootsy's music, Bootsy has stepped into the political arena, all right? Now Bootsy speaks about politics. Bootsy is speaking on everything. Some things that don't even concern him, he's speaking. And his voice is amplified, all right? Bootsy has a following. Bootsy has a following, all right? Shout out to Planet, goddammit. Free G5, that part. Free G5 till it's backwards. That part, y'all already know, Planet, goddammit. That's the eyes behind my head. That part. Now, in reference to Bootsy. Now, you guys, Bootsy recently was seen online going back and forth with Kanye West. Though it was short-lived, right? Because they say, boy, your arm's too short to box with God. And I'm not calling Kanye God, but I think you guys get the analogy, all right? Bootsy recently went back and forth with Kanye West. Nonetheless, it was a very amusing, very entertaining back and forth. I knew this was going to be comical. I did not take Bootsy serious at all. Never at one point did I take Bootsy serious when he called out Kanye West. You just asked me the caliber of artist that Kanye West is and the caliber of person that Bootsy is. And I'm not just talking about artistry. I'm talking about intelligence. The caliber of intelligence that Kanye West possessed and Bootsy possessed, that Kanye West expressed and that Bootsy expresses. Bootsy cannot hold a candle to Kanye West in his intelligence, his intellect. And that's what he's showing us, all right? So I use the word express. Maybe Bootsy's holding, maybe that intelligence side, Bootsy's holding it in. Because I know Bootsy's intelligent. Bootsy would never have got to the level that he's at without being intelligent. So I know Bootsy's intelligent. Allow me one moment. Bada bing. So, with that being said, like I said, Bootsy obviously is intelligent because Bootsy, you can't make that great music without being intelligent. So you guys don't get twisted. Yes, Bootsy is intelligent. But I said the intelligence that you express. When Kanye West expresses himself, he knows how to use words. He has a great vernacular. And he gives you a visual. He makes you envision what he's speaking about. He has tactics in his vernacular. He has an objective when he speaks, all right? So Kanye West, when you talk about how Kanye West expressed himself on an intellectual level versus Bootsy, Bootsy cannot hold a candle to Kanye West, though Bootsy is still powerful in his words. Bootsy words at times can ruffle feathers across the country. So verbally, Bootsy is powerful, but we're talking about intellect. So when I see Bootsy trying to match wits with Kanye West, I know that's going to be comical. I know that's going to be entertainment. I know that's going to be amusing, in which I found it to be very, very, very amusing. All right? Now, recently, Kanye West was seen online. Kanye West said that he's responsible for hip-hop, he's responsible for the sound of hip-hop in the past 20 years. Kanye West, Yeezy, the owner of the Yeezy, at one point the richest black man in America, Kanye, said that he's responsible for the sound of hip-hop for the past 20 years. The past 20 years, he's solely responsible for the sound of hip-hop. Now, when Kanye, that's a bold statement. Obviously, that's a bold statement. But he also gave reference to the people that he says that he feel like he influenced. We can go through it again. He said he influenced Drake. Obviously, you guys know Drake always speaks about Kanye West as being a person that he admires, as being a person that he patterns himself behind. So Drake, there's no question about that. We all know that Drake patterns himself behind Kanye West. He also said Travis Scott. Now, you guys know Travis Scott has been in heavy cahoots with Kanye. Travis Scott has been working with Kanye for a long time. So shout out to Travis Scott. So I have no argument with that one. I don't know if anybody else will argue with that, but I wouldn't argue with that. I know that Kanye, he influenced Travis Scott and he influenced Drake. Now, there's two other people that he mentioned that I probably wouldn't have put in amongst the other two that he mentioned, the first two, right? I probably wouldn't have put them amongst them. But to Kanye West's defense, I had to take it into consideration. I just had to. All right? Now, Kanye West is seen now. Kanye West said that he's responsible for the sound of Young Thug. Now, hold up. I know y'all going to go crazy out there. I know people are going to go crazy out there. Give me time. Let me explain this. He said he's responsible for Young Thug sound, and he's also responsible for Future sound. So Kanye said he's not just responsible for Drake and Travis Scott. He's also responsible for Future and Young Thug. Now, there's a reason behind Future and Young Thug. We all know Future and Young Thug, lyrically, they don't sound like Kanye West. Music doesn't necessarily sound like Kanye West, right? But he's more speaking in reference to auto-tune. Kanye West is the one who inducted this auto-tune in the nature of how people use it currently in hip-hop today. Now, we all familiar with T-Pain and all that. But it seems like Kanye, when Kanye West came in, he ushered in a new auto-tune with a sound, right? Beat selection as well. So it was a new vibe that came in with Kanye West. And Kanye West actually used auto-tune in a different nature as opposed to the settings that T-Pain used. So I get it. I don't know if you guys get it out there, but I get it. But nonetheless, this threw everybody back. It's threw all of us back. So once again, Kanye West said he's responsible for that sound of hip-hop for the past 20 years. Now, you guys know that's a bold statement. Obviously, when Kanye West talk, it's not gonna go without being challenged. Kanye West is never gonna speak and make bold statements like that without being challenged. But this is the irony. The person that responds to Kanye is not a person that he mentioned. The person that responded to Kanye saying that he's responsible for the sound of hip hop in the past 20 years is not the person that he's referring to. Bootsy Badass actually responded to Kanye West. Bootsy's the one that responded to Kanye West. But he never mentioned Bootsy. He mentioned Drake. He mentioned Travis Scott. He mentioned Young Thug. And he mentioned Future. Never once did Kanye mention Bootsy. Now, this is the point where you start laughing. All seriousness aside, this is the point when you start laughing, right? I knew the entertainment was gonna come, and I'll be honest with you, Bootsy's the perfect person to play that villain role, honestly. And it's great the way what Bootsy said was so far-fetched. What Bootsy said was so far-fetched, so unfathomable, that you had to laugh, right? Now, I want to quote what Bootsy actually said. I want to read exactly what Bootsy said. All right. It goes like this. Okay, so Bootsy basically saying that you're not responsible for my sound. Bootsy told Kanye that you're not responsible for my sound. So obviously, like I said, Bootsy spoke. So Bootsy, in Bootsy's mind, he's like, damn, I have my own sound out here. I think Bootsy was under the impression that he has a sound that he brought to hip hop that changed hip hop. I don't know how this goes. All right. First of all, before I want to speak about Kanye West's response, but I'm not gonna speak about Kanye West's response just yet. All right. Because Kanye West, he put the nail in the coffin. Big shout out to Yeezy. Very, very smart, very witty, very, 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 very witty. Shout out to Kanye West. All right. Now, Bootsy's saying that he's responsible for a sound. I don't know if Bootsy misinterpreted what Kanye said. Obviously, Bootsy misinterpreted what Kanye said. He's saying the sound. Bootsy, your sound is not the sound that's been controlling hip hop. Bootsy, your sound did not revolutionize hip hop. Bootsy, your sound is not a genre in hip hop. Bootsy, your sound is not original. It's not original. Bootsy, you did not change the landscape of hip hop, no way, shape, or form. Please don't shoot the messenger. Listen, Terrence Hatch, Bootsy, your sound did not mold hip hop in the past 20 years. Your sound did not change the landscape of hip hop in the past 20 years. Your sound is not considered a genre. Your sound is not original. I think only thing that's original is the tone of your voice. The hype your voice. That's the only thing, let's be clear, that's original. Bootsy, your sound is not original. That's a Louisiana sound that you have. You didn't usher in a new sound. So Bootsy, I'm going to give you credit. I don't think you understood what Kanye was saying. Obviously, Bootsy did not understand what Kanye was saying. Because if Bootsy understood what Kanye was saying, then I guess it's what I always be saying. Bootsy is clout chasing. Now, I know Bootsy was chasing a little bit. Bootsy be chasing it. And I know this results in Bootsy getting, I know this is more engagement for Bootsy. So when Bootsy's making these outlandish claims, when Bootsy is making these ridiculous claims, Bootsy's engagement on his Instagram is going up. His impressions are going up. He has people like me speaking about it. But it's like, it seems like Bootsy's only clout chasing. Bootsy is nothing but antics. It seems like half of the stuff that comes out of Bootsy's mouth is just for clout. Now, I'm gonna give him his credit because Bootsy be speaking on things that are political, that's important to the black community. So give Bootsy his credit. We're not here to condemn nobody. But I gotta speak about Bootsy because a lot of times Bootsy throws stuff and makes things chaotic out here. All right, with his biased opinions. Bootsy's opinion sometimes is biased, but not in reference to politics, because I'm with Bootsy when it comes to the politics. Especially when Bootsy's talking about how transgenders playing in women's sports. Transgender men playing in women's sports, men with bigger bone density, men that play sports that are physical sports, that are physically hurting women, that are physically dominating women like a landslide. I agree with Bootsy. So Bootsy talks about politics. Shout out to Bootsy, but we're not talking about that right now. We're speaking about Bootsy speaking on Kanye West and trying to discredit Kanye West. Bootsy trying to prove Kanye West wrong. Bootsy sticking his head in something that had nothing to do with him. Because the three gentlemen that Kanye West spoke about have yet to respond to this day. Kanye West said this over a week ago. I haven't seen Future respond yet. I haven't seen Travis Scott respond yet. I haven't seen Drake respond yet. Though he's locked up, though this might be the furthest thing from his mind of his furthest objective, though he probably don't have no time, though he has bigger fish to fry. I can't leave out Young Thug. I haven't heard Young Thug respond to this yet. But obviously, you know Bootsy was going to respond, all right? So Bootsy said that you're not responsible for my sound. So like I said, Bootsy misinterpreted this whole thing. He misinterpreted the whole layout. He misinterpreted the whole delivery. He misinterpreted the whole concept. But like I was telling you guys, some people interpret and perceive information differently, all right? So Bootsy misinterpreted this information somewhere along the line. Now, I want to go to this clever response that Kanye West had for Bootsy, all right? Now, Kanye West said, this is quote unquote what Kanye West said. I love this right here. I just saw that Wipe Me Down was made in 2007. I take no responsibility for that genre. I take no responsibility for whatever that genre would be called. Okay, let's break this down. This is Kanye West's response to Bootsy. He says, I just saw that Wipe Me Down was made in 2007. So he's alluding to he didn't even know when Wipe Me Down was created, all right? This is the obnoxiousness. This is the strategicness. This is how witty Kanye West is. This is an amazing response. Nice and short. Nice and short. Pause. I just saw that Wipe Me Down was made in 2007. I take no responsibility for whatever that genre would be called. The man said Wipe Me Down as a genre. Because Bootsy, the only thing, Bootsy, your biggest track to date that most people know you for is for Wipe Me Down. Kanye West said, I take no responsible for whatever that genre would be called. I just became aware that Wipe Me Down was made in 2007. So this is Kanye West belittling Bootsy. Now, shout out to Bootsy, all right? Because Bootsy's one of my favorite artists. They say that I'm crazy. I've been going through some things, but don't nobody listen. I listen to Bootsy. But this is about Kanye West and Bootsy, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. It's about Kanye West and Bootsy. So that was a clever response by Mr. West, by Yeezy. Clever response, all right? So basically, Bootsy, what he's trying to say, to break it down, he didn't know that Wipe Me Down was a genre, and your biggest record to date is Wipe Me Down. So obviously, if we look at the record and we look at the timeline and we look at the stats, obviously what Kanye West was referring to as controlling the sound for the past 20 years, he wasn't talking in reference to you, Bootsy. Now, Bootsy, I know it's great that you could say that, but Bootsy, you kind of clout chasing. And Bootsy also, what I'm noticing is, You're trying to take your flowers. Now, sometimes you have to call a spade a spade. Sometimes you have to speak out and claim your flowers. Yes, sometimes you can't wait for people to give you your accolades. You have to take your accolades. But I've been noticing that Bootsy has been very vocal as in not receiving his credit in hip hop. And I agree with Bootsy. Bootsy speaking about he hasn't won a Grammy. Bootsy saying niggas is stealing their records. I agree with all that, Bootsy. Yes, niggas is taking your lyrics. Niggas is taking your lyrics and making songs. Niggas is remixing your lyrics and remixing your songs. Yes, you never received the Grammy. Though I don't know if you deserve the Grammy. I don't know what song that you had that would deserve a Grammy. When I think about Grammy-esque type of music, I think of Nas, I think of Jay-Z, I think about Rick Ross, I think about T.I. Stop me if I'm wrong. I think about Dungeon Family. I think about Outkast. You know, when I think about the Grammys, I think about Kendrick Lamar. These are the people that I think about when I think about the Grammys. I don't think about Bootsy per se. Now, I'm not saying that Bootsy doesn't have something in there that can fall in that category, because Bootsy has some heartfelt music. So obviously he has a couple of songs in his catalog that can apply to a Grammy, that are Grammy worthy. Let me say that are Grammy worthy. Obviously he has songs like that. All right, but nonetheless, Bootsy, you're reaching right now. And Bootsy, leave Kanye West alone. I see that you constantly always you aiming at Kanye West. You constantly trying to get Kanye West's attention. That's just 48 laws of power, Bootsy. But I think you barking at the moon, Bootsy. You barking at the moon. Leave Kanye West alone. And if anything, I want to see you big up Kanye West, because I've yet to see you give Kanye West his credit. I've yet to see Bootsy give Kanye West his credit. Bootsy, I see that you antagonizing Kanye West. Bootsy, I see that you clout chasing Kanye West. Bootsy, I see you trying to throw Kanye West under the bus. I see that you're targeting Kanye West. But Bootsy, in the same breath, keep in mind, this is one of our leaders in the community, as well as you're a leader in the community. So what I need Bootsy to do, Terrence Hatch to do, I need Bootsy to start giving Kanye West his credit also. Because you're the same one that said they should put Kanye West in the crazy home. That's why, Bootsy, sometimes I don't think you need to speak on certain things. And I'm not taking that back. I feel sometimes if Bootsy was at the head of certain things, if Bootsy had control, if Bootsy had certain powers, certain things in hip-hop would not exist. Certain people in hip-hop would be extracted from hip-hop. Certain people in hip-hop would be less impactful if Bootsy was at the forefront and he made that decision. If Bootsy had the power, when Bootsy said they don't listen to Jay-Z in the hood, Bootsy, cut it out. Bootsy said they don't listen to Jay-Z in the hood. Bootsy, cut it out. Bootsy went as far after he said they don't listen to Kanye. Bootsy, cut it out. We listen to Jay-Z. Yes, we listen to you in the trap. Yes, you're a ghetto favorite. You're an urban favorite. Yes, Bootsy, you are your favorite in the hood. But don't say that we don't listen to Jay-Z, and don't say we don't listen to Kanye West. Cut it out. Get it out of there. Nonetheless, shout out to Bootsy. Shout out to Kanye West. Kanye West, keep doing what you do. All right, keep doing. And while we're speaking about Kanye West, while we're speaking on Kanye West, all right, there's a former girlfriend of Kanye West. She goes by the name of Mrs. Amber Rose. All right, let's get to it. Now, Amber says, you guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast. All right, don't be a ninja watcher, this person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. And you definitely want to be one of these, ladies and gentlemen. We call that peeping time. If y'all know to do the peeping time, stay out of jail. You won't have to find out. All right. Now, Amber Rose says she feels that she deserves $20 million for helping Ye with my Beautiful Twisted Fantasy album. So basically, Amber Rose says that Kanye needs to pay her $20 million for her role in him producing My Beautiful Twisted Fantasy album. Now, with that being said, you guys, I'm going to have to quote a famous quote. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's the irony. I'm naming Drake, all right? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. I see why he left Amber. Yo, listen, Kanye, you was smart by leaving Amber. I'm going to be real with you. And I'll be like, I'm going to tell you, Amber Rose, we don't condemn women. We don't bash women on here. Big supporter of women. But I'm just gonna say, Kanye West, you made a great decision by parting ways with Amber Rose. Ever since your separation with Amber Rose has had nothing good to say about you. Amber Rose, every chance she gets, she talks down on Kanye West. I rarely hear Kanye West mentioning Amber Rose, though he did mention he mentioned Amber Rose the other day. All right, to Amber's defense. And I think this was made Amber speak about it. So let's talk about it. Kanye West said the other day that he was trying to have Nicki Minaj do a threesome with him and Amber Rose. He was seen online. There's an interview. I'm not sure if that was an interview with Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy in California. Though he's no longer big. Very slim at this moment. Kanye West is seen sitting down with an interview with Big Boy in which that Kanye West spoke about Nicki Minaj. He said that he met up one day with Safari. All right, so I guess Safari and Nicki Minaj was in the vicinity, but definitely he was around. Kanye West was around Safari, in which he asked Safari, "Do you think Nicki would be down with having a threesome with me and Amber Rose?" He asked, not knowing that Safari was with Nicki Minaj. See, that's the issue. Back in the days, Nicki Minaj and Safari were an item. I believe that they were married. Don't quote me on that, but I think they were married. But they kept it unbeknownst. They kept it a secret, which created a lot of problems and a lot of turmoil in that relationship, which led to a lot of problems hatching because of that. And one of the situations is you have here Kanye West sitting across from you asking you, do you think your wife, not knowing that's your wife at the time, Kanye West is asking Safari, do you think your wife would have a threesome with me? Do you think Nicki Minaj, let's put emphasis on Minaj. You guys know what a Minaj, Nicki Minaj. He said, do you think Nicki would have a threesome with me? So Kanye West is trying to have Nicki Minaj have a threesome. He said, with me and Amber. So this is the moment, this is the time when Kanye West was with Amber. All right? Nonetheless. So Amber Rose, I guess she caught wind of that. Amber Rose seen that because we all on the internet, and whatever goes down the internet, people are sending these things to these people. So though these people may not be aware, fans of Amber Rose, I'm pretty sure they added her. I'm pretty sure they sent it to her DM. They let her know that Kanye West spoke about her in an interview in reference to sleeping with Nicki Minaj, potentially sleeping with Nicki Minaj. So I believe that's the reason why Amber Rose spoke on Kanye West in such a disparaging way. Right now, Amber Rose she's scorned. Right now, Amber Rose is very bitter. I find Amber Rose to be a very bitter woman. I'm not going to stay on this too long because there's a topic I want to speak about that's very, 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 very important. Very, very. All right? But nonetheless, she says she wants 20 mil for her, I guess her role in him creating My Twisted Dark Fantasy. All right? I don't know what role she played, but I know Kanye West made a lot of references to Amber on that album. So I guess because Kanye West used her as an inspiration, she feels like he owes her 20 million. Also, she spoke about them making a wax figure of her, in which she didn't get paid for them using her likeness. So Amber Rose feel like she should have got paid for anybody using her likeness, for somebody creating a wax figure of her. She feels like Amber Rose feels like she should have got paid for inspiring Kanye to write certain songs that referenced her, that was speaking about her, whether directly or indirectly, whether directly or subliminally. She feels like she inspired some of the lyrics on My Dark Twisted Fantasy. All right? I don't know how you guys feel out there. I don't know if you guys agree with it, but I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Nonetheless, big shout out to Amber Rose. Shout out to Amber Rose, but you bitter. I ain't down with that slut walk. I ain't down with the slut walk. Cut it out. Amber Rose, cut it out. And I'm going to say this for real. Amber Rose, you need to change that hairstyle. I see Amber Rose, when she puts a wig, she looks like a totally different person. When Amber Rose puts hair, when she has hair on her head, Amber Rose looks like a total different person. Side note, she's still beautiful. I still would knock her down, but she's not so unique. She's not so exotic. It's Amber Rose shaving her head that gives her that exotic look. If Amber Rose does not shave her head, she's lackluster. She's not that attractive. Meaning, Well, let me not say this. She's always attractive. She's less seductive. She's less exotic. When Amber Rose, anytime you guys get a chance, check Amber Rose, she puts on a wig. She's way less exotic. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stay too long on that. Nonetheless, shout out to Amber Rose, because I know any man in his right frame of mind would knock her down. And I'm one of them. All right? Shout out to Amber Rose. Now, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Once again, this is episode number 79. All right? Public Enemy, number 1. I'm the top op. Remember that. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. I don't want to welcome everybody to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 79. That part. The incomparable, the oft imitated, but cannot be duplicated. I'm going to always tell you that. All right? Now, you guys, it's the last topic that I want to speak about. All right? And I want to give a shout out. Oh, well, before we speak about that, it's a very big topic I want to speak about. All right? I want to give a shout out to Jack Boy. I seen Jack Boy, former member of Sniper Gang, Haitian kid, Jack Boy, Zo Boy, ZB. Damn, ZB. Jack Boy recently arrested on narcotics and weapons charges in Port St. Lucie. Now, this is the irony. I don't know if you guys seen Jack Boy at one point. You guys know Jack Boy and Kodak Black, they're at odds. I'm not going to go deep into the details, right? Because we don't rat on this channel. You guys go do your homework. But right now, Jack Boy and Kodak Black are not seeing eye to eye, to say the least. Jack Boy recently arrested, like I said, in Port St. Lucie on narcotics and gun charges. Now, I'm pretty sure he's not selling dope. The man is making music. He's not selling dope. All right, gun charges, obviously the man got to protect himself. But this is the irony of it. You guys see Kodak Black is going back and forth. Kodak Black has been going through a lot of turmoil in his life. I be telling you guys, stop judging Kodak Black. For a man of his caliber with accomplishments that he has and how he's regarded and the money that he has, a lot of people look down on Kodak. They're disappointed in Kodak with the choices that he makes that lands him incarceration, that lands him in jail. Obviously, he recently was released. Shout out to Kodak Black. Obviously, he recently got released, and you guys saw when he was throwing pebbles. You know how Haitians know how to throw the wash kid. They know how to throw them goddamn rocks, nigga. Haitians, Jamaicans, we throw stones, all right? And we throw them shits like Brett Favre. You know what I mean? Peyton Manning. Nonetheless, you seen he was throwing rocks at the reporter. Shout out to Kodak Black. But that's neither here nor there. Jack Boy, at one point, Jack Boy was speaking about Kodak Black, in which he said that he kind of alluded to saying that he did voodoo on Kodak Black. All right, I could say that. All right, Jack Boy kind of alluded. He kind of alluded to saying that he did voodoo on Kodak Black. That's why Kodak Black is having such a chain of bad luck. All right, he said he's responsible for Kodak Black experiencing that bad luck. He's responsible for Kodak Black having a drug problem, allegedly. He's responsible for Kodak Black going in and out of jail. He's trying to say he did this through voodoo. He went to go see Zoe Lady, right? Now, the irony is now you see that he's suffering the same fate. The irony is now he's suffering the same fate. Him being a supporter of voodoo, him being he's pro voodoo. You guys know when you try to put voodoo on somebody who don't deserve it, that shit backfire, right? You know that's part of that religion. You try to put voodoo on somebody that doesn't deserve it, it tends to backfire. So the irony is you see Jack Boy saying that he's responsible, alluding to that he's responsible for Kodak Black having his chain of bad luck, for Kodak Black doing drugs and going to jail. Saying that he took his black ass down to the Zoe Lady and she whipped up a spell. And I mean, it's ironic that he suffered the same fate. I hope that this wakes him up. And I really wish that Kodak Black and Jack Boy could stop beefing. I pray that Kodak Black and Jack Boy stop beefing. Haitians, I don't like to see Haitians beefing, for one. Haitian community is one of the tightest communities in the black community. Let's make that clear. Y'all know Haitians stick together. Though we do have our issues, for the most part, we stick together more than any other black community. So it hurts me to see Kodak Black and Jack Boy beefing. Now, I'm not saying they're going to return to be the best of friends, but hopefully they could cease with the beefing. And like I said, I'm not going to go too far in that. But hopefully they can hear me what I'm saying. From my mouth to God's ears. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully God can impact their lives and stop all this shit. All right. Nonetheless, shout out to Jack Boy and shout out to Kodak Black. Now, you guys, once again, this episode number 79, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. Now, the last topic of today. This is a very, 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 very important topic. Now, we usually don't get political on this platform. This is not a political platform, but it's something I want to speak about that's very, very important to me. I hold it dear to my heart. Online, you guys can see the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, the ruler of Russia, the man that's currently in war with Ukraine right now, currently. Putin is seen online holding some interesting artifacts. Vladimir Putin was seen online sitting down, all right? This is a press conference. Vladimir Putin was seen holding some ancient artifacts that came from Africa. Now, I don't know how he obtained these artifacts. You guys know out there in the Vatican, they have a thing called the archives, right? All those ancient artifacts that they had in Africa, they were stolen by the oppressors, by the colonists, and placed in facilities that you have no access to. We don't have no access to these artifacts. Some very important history lies there. There's a lot of things in these facilities that can dispel a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of things in this facility that could change a lot of people's ideologies and philosophies and religions. There's artifacts that are hidden in reference to paintings, statues, literature that would change your life. Change what you believe in. Change your ideologies, change your philosophy. These things are deliberately hidden. They're deliberately suppressed. Then you know they say the truth is usually hidden under a mountain of lies. Let me get to it. All right. President Vladimir Putin was seen. He had a something in his hand, an artifact in his hand, right? It looked like I don't know what you would call this. All right. I just know that it's a thing that opens up with doors, right? It was about this thin, and it opens up with two doors, right? And when you open this thing up, on the inside is a picture of Black Jesus. Let me say this. Vladimir Putin was seen online showing some ancient artifacts, showing that Jesus was black. Let me tell you something. This shit made me stutter. All right, Vladimir Putin seems like he's trying to change the understanding of religion. He's trying to change the understanding of Christianity, the understanding of Jesus and the Most High. He got his hands on this artifact, this relic, showing that Jesus was black. Vladimir Putin said that the Europeans are suppressing that Jesus was black. He also had other pictures of the Israelites, and obviously the same was with that. The Israelites were black also. So Vladimir Putin saying that the Europeans are suppressing the fact that the Israelites and Jesus were black. Now, this is unprecedented. This has never happened in the history of any nation since the robbery of Africa, since Africa was colonized, since Africa was apprehended, since Africa was taken into captivity, since Africa was colonized. This is yet to happen. No president has ever said or alluded to or had the balls to admit that Jesus was black. This is unprecedented. Now, I know Vladimir Putin, he's not a fan favorite. I know Vladimir Putin has a bad reputation. And I'm not here to win you guys over, nor am I here to paint a different picture of the man. I don't do the politics. I don't want to be involved with politics. But the moral, I'm bringing you the moral of the story. You're seeing things change right now. And what I'm saying is very big. I don't know how you guys are taking this right now. You guys need to be absorbing what I'm saying. Don't take nothing for what I'm saying. Fuck a grain of salt. Absorb, embrace what I'm telling you right now. I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear, you didn't know. I don't want to see you walk around. I don't want to see people walking around like they're not aware that Jesus was black. You got people across the world that are acknowledging this, but we here, black people, we still believe that Jesus is white. We as black people, we're still under the impression that, you listen, my aunt, one time I seen my aunt, she had a picture of white Jesus on the wall, and I love my aunt. This is one of my favorite aunts. She had a picture of white Jesus on the wall. Me being an Israelite, me being a Hebrew, being an Israelite, I had knowledge of, I know the color of Jesus. I told my aunt, I said, you know Jesus was black. Now, when I told my aunt, this was when I did this, I was trying to inform her, right? With being ignorant behind it, because you got to understand with religion, people tie themselves to religion to the point where, like I said, if you change people's perception of religion, some people might lose their mind. Some people might actually lose their mind. Some people will unravel with the information, with certain information, if they had to embrace certain information, if they found the true interpretation of certain information, some people would mentally unravel. So this subject is a critical subject. You got to use a lot of precaution with the subject in reference to religion. All right. Some people hold religions dear to their heart. Some people, they are religion. Some people, they hang everything on their religion. Their pride is hung on their religion. Their will to live is hung on their religion. Their religion is everything to them. And if you extract that religion from them, they have no foundation. So you got to be careful when you are giving people information that's considered the truth. All right. Sometimes you got to deliver the truth in a way where it's not abrasive. Religion can be abrasive at times, the way we cling on to religion. Shout out to Make It Happen. What Make It Happen saying? Vladimir Putin went Angola in the 1970s to help overthrow the apartheid regime. Also, Fidel Castro sent his military. America supported the racist facts. True. But I don't want to talk so much about America right now. I don't want to make this a religion. I need you guys to do your homework at home, right? I just want to more focus on the fact that Jesus was black. We all know the politics, but let's not focus on the politics right now, even though it's going to be hard to do, right? Speaking back on religion. Like I said, my aunt, when I told my aunt, back to my aunt, finish the story. I told my aunt Jesus was black. My aunt turned around and told me, my God is not black. My aunt, she's black. My great-grandfather's white. So her grandfather is white. She said, my God is not black. But here you have Putin in 2024, Vladimir Putin telling you Jesus was black. Vladimir Putin telling you that the Europeans suppressed this information. Vladimir Putin is delivering this information to us. So it's coming out of the mouth of a white man. An alleged white man. I don't know if Putin has some type of different background. I don't know. But nonetheless, you guys, I'm hoping everybody starts to wake up. I'm hoping that my aunt could see this. I want to send my aunt the information and see what she's saying. I'm curious to know how my aunt, her opinion of this topic and this new information brought via Vladimir Putin, all right? So you guys, the world is waking up. We in some different times. If you guys don't know, right now we in some super different times. Things are different right now. It's hard to predict where we're going, the trajectory of where we're going in this world and how this world is evolving. With technology, new information, religion, technology, the climate. There's a lot of things that are changing around us. The landscape of the world is slowly changing. Things are accelerating. It can end up being a rapid thing. It can accelerate even more. I don't know where. I don't know when we're gonna land at where we need to land at. But one thing I do know is we need to buckle up, because things are changing. So I suggest everybody take their belt, safety belt, and buckle up, because things are changing in this world. In reference to religion, in reference to technology, in reference to power. You see different nations are going to war at this moment. You have China, you have this new BRICS, and then you have Putin, and then you have Donald Trump as president, and maybe returning in 2025 as the president of the United States. Who would have thought ever that Trump would be the president of the United States? Who would have, and if not that, a man that has no political background. He's never been a mayor, never been a senator, never been a governor. He's never sat in the board, nothing, a judge, nothing. He has no political background other than being a lobbyist, other than funding campaigns. Now, his family has been, throughout the history of America, his family has been played a role in America and the government. Yeah, Donald Trump's family has played a role in the government, a vital role, right? A significant role. His family does have history with interacting with the government and participating in government affairs. Yeah, but he has no political background. So who would have thought that Donald Trump would be the president? Now, even deeper, who would have thought that Donald Trump wouldn't have made it to see 8 years and then come back as president 4 years later? So he did a 4-year term, sat down for 4 years, and he's about to return for another 4 years in 2025. Who would have thought the man that was allegedly responsible for storming the Capitol, allegedly. When I say alleged, you leave that up to the courts. We leave that up to the courts, Supreme Courts. We're going to leave that up to the courts, the Senate, and everybody else, all right? They'll determine that if he's responsible. But allegedly, he's responsible for people storming the Capitol. Is about to return to be president. With all his indictments, with all the indictments that Donald Trump has, he's about to return to be president. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Vladimir Putin would be admitting in 2024 Jesus was black and the Israelites were black? Who would have thought snitching would be in? Who would have thought that snitching would be in? Who would have thought, who saw the LGBTQ, shout out to the whole LGBTQ community and them, who would have thought that that'd even be a situation right now? With all the rights that they have. They got more rights than us. Heterosexuals, the LGBTQ, whatever. No disrespect, but it's kind of hard to name all the alphabets, all right? LGBTQ, okay, whatever. Who would have thought that they would have more rights than an actual heterosexual? We never thought we would see that in this country. I didn't think I would live to see that. Who would have thought that we would have been able to see the first black president, even though Barack Obama is not the first black president? The first president of the United States was actually a black man. The first president of the United States was actually a black man. Look it up. It just didn't sustain. He won the vote as president. He was president for a mini second, but it didn't sustain. Eventually, they overturned it. The first president of the United States was a black man. But who would have thought that in our generation, we would see a functioning president, black president, that goes by the name of Barack Obama? This generation, what I'm trying to say is we're seeing a lot right now. There's a lot of things that are happening. There's a lot of things that are turning around. There's a lot of things that are being implemented. There's a lot of laws, a lot of situations that are totally opposite to what we've experienced in our adolescent years, that our parents experienced and our grandparents experienced. What I'm trying to say is things are changing, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of things are changing. You guys, we need to embrace these things. We need to educate ourselves more. All right? There's a lot of changes. Right now, I'm going to be honest with you, the last thing I want to see an alien. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to introduce aliens. We're not going to go into that. But don't be surprised. Shout out to Elon Musk. Don't be surprised if we see an alien. All right? I think we're ready, honestly. I think society's conscious right now. We're in the information age. Things are changing. People are more willing to evolve. People are more willing to adopt other philosophies and ideologies. People are less stuck in their ways. People are willing to adjust in these times, as we see. All right? But nonetheless, man, shout out to shout out to Putin, man. I hope I can say that. But like I said, I don't want to go into the politics. But you guys get a chance, I want you guys to go check it out, man. Check out Putin online showing the black Jesus and showing depictions, black pictures of Israelites, letting you know that that Jesus was black, letting you know that the Israelites were black, letting you know that the Europeans suppressed this information deliberately. Now you guys got to ask yourself why they suppressed the information. Nonetheless, shout out to Putin, man. And I'm not shouting out Putin for that him going into Ukraine. Like I said, I don't want to go into those politics, but shout out to the people of Ukraine. Shout out to the people of Russia. Shout out to the people of Palestine. Shout out to the people of Israel. I wish we could do this without war. I wish we didn't have the casualties that we had. I wish that people didn't have to die behind their faith, die behind their rights, fighting for their country, fighting for their rights. I wish people didn't have to die behind that. I wish they didn't have to be casualties behind that. Honestly. Shout out to all the innocent blood that's been shed. All right. Now, what we have here, read the comment section. Shout out to Paul Bizzle. Leave Boosie alone, fam. He trying to get the recognition in the world that won't give him his credit. Shout out to Boosie, man. I hear you, brother. But at the same time, though, when you trying to condemn somebody, you don't have to pull somebody else down in order for you to go up. I'm gonna leave it like that, Paul, Mr. Bizzle. I'm gonna leave it at that. You don't have to. Let me tell you something. And this goes out to this for Paul Bizzle. This for Bootsy, Terrence Hatchett. Bootsy, you don't have to tear somebody down. You don't have to tear somebody down in order for you to go up. You don't have to tear somebody down in order for you to get in your rightful position. It doesn't require that, all right? Nonetheless, shout out to Bootsy, shout out to Kanye West. Now, you guys, we about to bring this one to a closure, all right? Another successful episode of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 79. So we're 21 episodes away from episode 200. This is a major feat for a podcast that they didn't think that would last. Shout out to Planet Goddammit, my partner in crime. Shout out to Paul Bizzle. You heard? Shout out to everybody that sponsors this podcast. Shout out to all my sponsors. I love y'all. G shit. Shout out to everybody that support this platform that tell me keep going. Shout out to everybody that recognizes the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. All right? Once again, you guys, I'm public enemy number one. I'm the top op. The incomparable. The often imitated but cannot be duplicated. The one that they keep taking their style from. I'm the one that keep creating what they keep taking. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. Lord of the streets. L.O.T.S, leader of the streets. Learning off the streets. Living off the streets. Public enemy number one, top op. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. And I want to welcome everybody to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 79. Like I said before, we're 21 episodes away from episode 200. All right? That part. Now, you guys, like I always said, make sure you guys enjoy your weekend. I was blessed by God to have this conversation for us to do this podcast today. This is a blessing. I want you guys to check out this whole podcast. This is a very interesting podcast. This will be going up on Apple. You guys can listen to the audio on Apple. Like I said, we're streaming off of Apple. We're streaming off of Facebook. We're streaming off of YouTube, and we're also streaming off of Twitter. The audio, you guys can enjoy the audio experience on Apple Podcasts. It's a whole total different experience, man. You can listen to the audio. You know, sometimes you don't have a chance to you don't have a chance to watch the video because you may be at work and you don't want to see you don't want to have your boss. You don't want your boss watching you looking down. You know, sometimes you're looking down on your phone and everybody can tell that you're looking at something. That's what you have headphones for. So if you guys get a chance, you go to work. You guys put the audio on at work. Make sure you don't get fired. Pay attention to your surroundings, all right? Because this is very entertaining. I need you guys to make sure be responsible and put your headphones on at work. Try not to listen to it out loud. Listen to this audio while you're driving to work, in the car. Maybe it's a road trip that you're doing with your family. That's a perfect time to take the opportunity to listen to this podcast. Listen to this podcast while you guys are working out at the gym. This is amazing motivation. And you can actually take time to listen to the podcast while you're working out. All right? And you know when we're listening, we got our headphones on while we're working out. It's kind of like it's zoning out. The best thing to do when you work out is zone out and listen to some great material. And I suggest this is the podcast to listen to. All right? Listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts. You guys can listen to the audio while you guys are doing chores, Sunday chores. All right? While you guys are Sunday cleaning the house, listen to the audio. You might not have a chance to watch the visuals. Listen to the audio. It's a totally different experience. All right? That part. Like I always tell you guys, the highest mountain has the best view. Keep in mind, the highest mountain, you know what that means? That means that in life, you're going to have obstacles. Life is like an obstacle course. Some obstacles are more difficult than others, more physically demanding than others. But guess what? The rougher the path, the taller the mountain, the steeper the mountain, the better the view. Trust me, that's the reason why there's so many obstacles. That's why that mountain is so hard to climb. Because the rewards are going to be, how you say, the risk justifies the reward. The reward justifies the risk. When you reach the top of that mountain, it's going to be rewarding. All right? The highest mountain has the best view. And like I always tell you guys, discouragement and failure are the stepping stones on your way to success. A master fails 1,000 times. The more that you can accept failure, the more that you can embrace failure, the more that you can stand up after falling, the more resilient you become, the more stronger you become, the more equipped you become to accomplish your goals. So on your way, on your journey to your goals, embrace your failure, embrace discouragement, embrace it. It's part of the journey. Failure and discouragement are the stepping stones to success. All right? Don't be scared to fail. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Trust me. You can get around fear. You can get around it. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Fear is it's a choice. You don't have to fear shit. Not even death. All right? With that being said, make sure you guys enjoy your weekend. Show the universe gratitude. Make sure you guys are showing the universe's gratitude so the universe can reciprocate that. All right? And let me turn some outro music, as always. Let me get some appropriate outro music. Bada bing, bada bang. All right, you guys. Hopefully I can meet up with you guys next Friday. Like I always tell you guys, nobody's promised tomorrow. So I cannot promise you that I'm going to see you tomorrow. I can't promise you that. I'd be a liar if I told you I'm going to see. Well, not tomorrow, Friday. Excuse me. Next Friday. I can't promise you guys that I will see you guys next Friday. But what I can say, by the grace of Most High, I was able to meet up today. He breathed breath into my lungs as well as yours if you're watching this. Give Most High his credit. Give Most High his flowers. Value the things that you have. Make sure you guys value the things that you have, all right? Make sure you guys shout out to Biden. Biden, what's up? Y'all see Biden. Biden, relax, okay? Relax. Make sure you guys value. Make sure you guys value the things that you have. Don't focus on the things that you don't have. I keep telling you guys that. Hard times don't last. Strong people do. All right? If we're blessed with, if we wake up on Friday, you guys, we'll meet up again next Friday. Like I said, I can't promise you by the grace of Most High. Hopefully God will wake me up and I'll be able to see you guys next Friday. But nonetheless, you guys enjoy your weekend. All right? Enjoy the weekend. And it's another successful podcast. All right? Once again, this is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. I go by the name of L.O.T.S Approved, Lord of the Streets, Learn Off the Streets, Leader of the Streets. All right? Living off the streets. Leaders of the streets. And this is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media once again, all right? And I'm out. That part. Peace. Salute.